If you notice, I'm sort of sweeping around the edge of the table. But I'm trying yet another step, because I think we're kind of homing in on it. I mean, a way that's, that satisfies from all angles better than before. I just wanted to say I have the candles and the incense and like that. This is a rock I found on the beach, and I think it's a rather huge chunk of like obsidian. It's that black oily stone that somebody, for whatever reason, didn't get a chance to work. But it's soft as can be, and there is what it feels like a little thumb place. The beaches here are you can find just banks along the beach where it's eroded a little bit, and you can see the arrowheads. And if you walk on the beach, if you're kind of into, usually when you're not really looking for it, you find treasures like that. This is a Leatherman. The case was given to me by my brother. The actual tool belonged to a friend of mine, really good friend, who died, and I think it was a mutual friend gave me his Leatherman, like, just knew I needed it. So it's here as sacred a thing to me as this lady, who is sacred to me. So anyways, I just want to, there's something about what makes something precious, is in part where it's been, who's held it, because you can get the sort of, I touched the stone they touched. It's not nothing. I have this both as a sacred object and as a tool that's very useful. Leatherman, I often don't remember I have it, and I go rooting in the drawer for the Phillips head screwdriver or whatever. So Bruce is here in spirit, and so is whoever held this, and so are we, occupying space kind of beyond chronological time, but also very much a part of that thread. Cheers. This is morning coffee again. It's very early. I'm looking forward to the time change because I keep kind of crazy hours. I'm often up at, before 4, and looking at the clock. When can I get out of bed? I mean, I really try not to get out till 3:30. Sometimes it's 2:30. I mean, it's nuts. But with the time change, according to the sort of clock, I am, there's still monk hours, but they're not the monk with insomnia who has to get up and drink coffee and take a bath and do all this stuff at the crack, before the crack. This guy, I believe it was Bruce, used to call it the ass crack of dawn. There is that element. But anyways, so they're here with us. This is a reading for Aries, going through the astrological signs. So next up is Aries, represented in the major arcana by the Emperor, which is that leader. And so I just jotted down. Well, I won't say what I jotted down because it's more impressive if it comes up in the read. I think I'm being called to not give that away just yet, and I don't want to actually. I got duplicate decks. One's big, one's little, and the little one arrived yesterday, and I was excited because I like this deck. I used it for yesterday's reading for Pisces, and it just doesn't shuffle very easily. I really don't know what that's about. Maybe it's because I'm trying to shuffle it on the thingy. Let's try it this way. Not much better. Wow. I have to ask, given how hard it's shuffling, is this the right deck? Is this the right deck? Yes, it is. Okay. That's a kind of dowsing. I mean, I douse. Some people who are very swami, an adjective I think my daughter coined, very swami, can't douse. I can douse with a sneaker held by the shoelaces. I mean, I really, and a woman who is actually an MD taught me how to douse with my body. And just in case you ever want to do it, I mean, it doesn't always work for me. The pendulum douse, like this guy, is a necklace, but you know, anything. You can ask questions, and there's a yes answer, and there's a no answer. Yes, it's back and forth. No, it's side to side, and there's actually, yeah, a maybe. And if I'm just totally off track, it won't swing at all. Between questions, I sort of wait till it stops. Anyways, that's dowsing, and it's the part of us that's sort of, pendulums respond to the, you know, a level, a spirit level is what they call it in carpentry, which I love. Anyway, I don't know if there's a spirit level in the Leatherman, but it's a way to see, you know, what's actually in balance. And I asked a friend of mine who kind of gets this stuff, how does it know? And he said, it has to do with the center of the earth. That's sort of the reference point. I don't know how that works, but for me, the pendulum is a very strong thing, and I've been doing it since about early 90s, when my life was in great upheaval. That's better, closer to. See, I'm learning this stuff, like what works and what doesn't. For me as well as for you. Okay. Middle ground, compromise. Here we go. Aries. Aries, March, your month. Well, end of the month is your, you know, we're moving into your month, so let's see how that goes. That sort of corresponds to what I was going to have. Here we go. First card out. Oh, lovely. 8 of Wands, in your energy. Aries is a fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be those signs. It could be somewhere in your placements or in the placement of the person you're communicating with, because this is a card of communication. Kind of rapid fire. You know, and it's a fire sign. And those kind of slips of the tongue are really nice. Rapid fire communication. Passionate, directed. You know, and you can see they're all pointing toward this center point, which is like the magic point. And I see sort of sparklers all lighting off of this. So, you know, whatever it is ignites them, because wands are also all about ignition. Next card out, Queen of Swords. We saw her in the Pisces reading too. This is the queen who knows her direction. She appears to be in a boat. She's on the move in a sense. She's a boundary setter, but she's also very communicative, and she tells the truth. And the way it's lying on the board, she's looking at this 8 of Wands, at this communication that's coming in. And, you know, she's got the gesture of her hand up to her chin, sort of like this, like she's considering it. She's kind of judging it. She's a little bit, Queen of Swords is a bit of a judgy energy, in that she holds the sword like justice. You know, and she likes things that are balanced and true and communicative. and no bullshit. And she's heading towards this communication. He, she, they. It's an air sign, energy. It's about also communication. I mean, they both speak to communication. This is kind of clear. The discerning element that says, you know, I know shit from Shinola. Oh, lovely. This is Empress. Taurus energy, Earth energy, Gaia, Earth Mother. She's getting ready to birth something. And it's not a little something. It's the whole Earth. You know, because she herself is Gaia. And Empress, I hope I said that, Empress is about creativity, and, you know, it's the mother. It's the mother of us all. It's a completely creative, bring it to life energy. Bring it to life. Divine feminine. I'm just looking at, because she has, here's the whole planet, right? And up here, she's sort of cloaked in what's like a wave. Because she's about what's coming in. The birth of something new, the rebirth of something. Hangman. Also appeared in the Pisces reading. And I think in some interpretations, it is a card of Pisces. I kept saying, what's Hangman? What's Hangman? Might also be Cancer. You know, again, don't look to me for the, I mean, look it up, Major Arcana, or comment if you think I'm off base. But anyways, this is the person having the revelation. Something's been suspended. There's been, for a time, no forward movement, right? But now, perhaps based on this revelation, there is forward movement. You know, she's steering the boat. And Eight of Wands is flow. Next card. Beautiful star. Aquarius energy. That clear thinking, Queen of Swords, same element. Sword energy. About truth, communication. And this one is like finding your place in the world, being led to it, being blessed. You know, it's a card of a wish granted. A lot of times it's interpreted that way, wishing on a star kind of thing. I think that's a little cornball, but if you end up where you're supposed to be, where you're led to, and where you find something sacred, even in an unexpected place, the manger or whatever, you're led there. It's a great card. And in this card, you know, she is kind of in prayer position with her hands clasped. And there's this connection that she's holding on to and also kind of tied to that attaches her, Ishive, to the star, to the source light that's leading her. That's leading her. Ishive, part of Aquarius. So we have on the board Taurus, Aquarius, I think it's a water energy, and it may be Cancer, it may be Pisces, or I may be completely wrong. But that's, you know, she's hanging above the water, so the imagery speaks of that. My goodness gracious, Judgment. We have 3 out of 5 cards of Major Arcana. This is a big deal. And whatever's getting communicated is a big deal. It's a big deal. And it's a resurrection, right? You can see the person again in this sort of prayer pose. It's very much the same. I'm just going to put this down. As the star. You know, they're both sort of in this prayer pose. And the image here is she's rising up. He, she, they. Okay. Oh dear. 9 of Swords. Again, I mean, brilliant cards. And then on the 3D level, I mean, all the Major Arcana, Hangman, Empress, Judgment, Star, or Major Arcana. You know, this is being terrifically up in your head about something, but it has the same kind of ghostly, this has the ghostly bird. There are all the crows kind of in a flap. And there's this one kind of ghostly bird, like the ghostly character rising up, being reborn. Reborn? Born again. And this is actually born, you know, it's a tainted term now in a way, but the concept behind it is the resurrection and the light, you know, without the sort of necessarily the attachment to that. I mean, there are many ways of interpreting born again. But this speaks to actually the rising up. And Empress is a card of birth. And I talked about the manger and the star. And this is like a rebirth, Judgment, being called back to life. Oh God, I feel sick. I haven't eaten yet, and that's a mistake. I may have to pause the video and go get some toast. But this is being up in your head about something. And I think it's this change. You know, we welcome change, but it's also kind of nerve-wracking. And sword energy is sort of nervous system in some instances. And this is kind of up at night, you know, have I made the right decision? You know, it's almost beyond my control. I'm being reborn, I'm being drawn to this place, this sacred place. Having gotten a revelation about what is to be born, Empress. One more, please. For Aries. Another major arcana, death, transformation. This ability to see through to the next thing. It's like, I mean, it's sort of the same thing. Judgment, to be able to be reborn, to see through to the next thing. Queen of Swords, to see it clearly. And this also has, through his hooded face, and he's got, I think I called it a shroud in an earlier reading, and it sort of is, it's a death card. But you can see this terrain inside the hooded figure is like a liberation. It's a beautiful landscape. And it happens to have a big fat star. You know, if you look through it to the next thing, there's that light. There's that guiding light. Because what is the star that takes you where you're supposed to be, to the holy place, that isn't maybe what you expected? Well, there's been a huge transformation. And let me tell you, another major arcana, this really is a huge transformation. But it's reflected in your daily life. Queen of Swords, Eight of Wands, it's communicated. And it's interesting that the Queen of Swords would have this moment of like, I'm hearing doubt and pain. Which I think is from Sympathy for the Devil. Had his moment of doubt and pain. Bottom of the deck, Magician. It just keeps coming. Holy mackerel. This is the ability to manifest. I notice I'm holding up my arm and I actually have the energy to hold it up. This is a major manifester. Somebody who's manifested the art, the magic art of bringing things through the threshold, through the transformation, into being, birthing something. Birthing something and rebirthing something. It could even speak to past life energies, because we have the death, and right on this card, number 13, it says death, rebirth. I mean, it's sort of doubling down on that. The transformation involves the creation of the new thing, the birth. And there's this rebirth. And somebody's pulling it off. Virgo, Gemini card. A combination of earth and air. Bringing it, you know, conceiving of it, knowing what you want to manifest. Because you better know. And you better be in that energy. He has all the swords, cups, wands, and pentacles in front of him. So he can draw on all those energies to manifest. From the conception of it to the earth energy, the Virgo of it. And Virgo, you know, knows how to do it and what to do to grow something. And Gemini is the card of union. It's lovers in the major arcana. It's the equal halves, yin yang, the match. This is what somebody's manifesting a match. Okay, and here's the weenie deck. And weenie. Oh my God! Look right off the bat. I look at the bottom of the deck, and I shuffled this quite a lot because it's a new deck. It came in order. It's Magician again. I hope you can see that. Yeah, I think you can. Same card. Major manifester. I'd say both people on either side of this communicative energy are kind of on the same page. They're manifesting the same thing. You know, it isn't like one of them wants this and one of them wants that. Well, they might not manifest exactly the same way. They never do. In each life, it's going to come in a little differently. Always. There are iterations of it. Okay, what can you tell me about the star, please? This sacred place we're being led to. Another major arcana, justice. Card of Libra. The card of clarity, decision-making. I mean, in Queen of Swords energy. And she's discerning. She absolutely would make the decision. She has the sword, the tiller, in her hand. And this is, again, the card of balance, of clarity, of knowing how to make a decision. Queen of Swords, where do I go? That's true, that's my true north. Again, the star, echoing that sentiment. You know, guided by the stars, guided by your true north, guided by your sense of balance and what's right. On the star. And two kinds of clarity, really. I see this heavenly thing. And justice has more a sense of, you know, I don't know how to say it, what's right according to a kind of common belief. You know, somebody who can judge things fairly according to a system of sort of laws. But man, that's... And there's something too about she's reflected. So it's a decision, it's coming into balance with yourself, sort of. And so, thereby with the world. It's that spirit level thing too, right? I was talking about like how you tell if something's plumb, if it's straight. Oh, look at this. She's weighing it up. She's finding that place when you douse. To get the answer, you kind of are addressing the core thing. Okay, cool it. The center of the earth. The center. The balance point. Wowie. Aries. Bold and brave. Okay, that was sort of explosive. And we have 4 cards. Let's see what we got. Oh my god. Oh, holy shit. Sorry. I noticed the other day when I had transcription on for some reason. On the YouTube video, and when it got to shit, they like, well, they wouldn't read it. I mean, this is just stunning. Okay, let's take it one by one. Wheel of Fortune. Another major arcana. Again, not related to a specific sign. It's to all the fixed signs. Which indicates a kind of a, here we are. You know, we're not mutable. We don't really want to change because we like where we are. Well, this is stepping into it. It's a change for the better. For everybody. And let me see if I can name the fixed sign, but I'm bad at this, but Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio. We have Scorpio on the board. And we have Aquarius on the board. And Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius. 3 out of the 4. Anyways, moving right along. This is stepping through the portal. You know, like Death card, through the portal. Into something better. Into something that advances you. On judgment. So we have a series of cards on judgment, and I think they all properly go on judgment, although we're going to run out of room a little bit. But God, Major Arcana, wow. So on judgment we have Wheel of Fortune, we have Hermit, Virgo card, who's also up here as the Magician, Virgo, Gemini. And both of these are kind of implicit in Hermit, the one who goes into this retreat mode to get the knowledge, the inner knowledge. If Justice kind of speaks to a sword energy in this external idea of what's real that we can all kind of agree on is fair, this is the inward travel, you know, going into the desert, going on the vision quest, which is star energy, the vision quest, you know, following the star. And this is like, yes, you know, this is sort of, she's lit up, he, she, they. It's the energy of enlightenment. Which is all over, I mean, we get enlightenment, that's Hangman. The light in this person's head. A new perspective. We get the star, enlightenment. You know, that's kind of duh. We have this bright thing up ahead, if you can see through the death to the rebirth. And this brightness at the center of Eight of Wands. In your energy, Aries, this contemplative, you know, this stepping through the portal, this balance, this idea of what was plumb, you had to figure it out. And you couldn't sort of figure it out in the midst of a lot of conflicted energies, where you're up in your head and scared of the death and rebirth. Well, I don't think you're scared now because you've gotten the enlightenment. This Queen of Pentacles, this grounded, I mean, it's Empress energy. In this case, it's, you know, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, the earth signs, in the feminine principle. You know, this is the one who nurtures us. This is Empress energy. I grow things. I'm full of possibilities. I'm fructive. I'm fruitful. You know, and I'm sort of seated. You know, I'm stable. And she looks to me. I mean, she has her eyes closed and her arms crossed. She's in a peaceful place. She's in a peaceful place. This rebirth, he, she, they has found stability through this. I'm reborn. I'm stepping through the portal. I've discovered what's plumb, what's fair, what's balanced by going into this hermit mode, this Virgo energy, and here it is again. But this is in the world. Hermit is sort of removed a bit in order to get the enlightenment. This is coming back in and putting it into something solid and tangible. And here it is again, Page of Pentacles, same energy. It's an offer. It's a, how about this? Can we build on this? You know, is this enough? It's small, but is it enough to kickstart? To kickstart. And everything here suggests, yeah. Totally. Okay, a few more. Yet, you know, all this is, there is a clench. There is a moment of like, anxiety. Am I ready for this sword energy? To be able to discern and you know, have a direction, right? This speaks to direction too. 8 of Wands. Something coming in a directed, purposeful way. And based on transformation and enlightenment and the rebirth and the birth and, you know, and yet the brain says, I don't know. I mean, she has her head in her hands. He, she, they. Sword energy. I can't figure it out. You know, there's one bird that says, kind of, yes, you can. It's ghostly. It's just coming in. Wow. 9 of Pentacles. I mean, this is a full of growth, full of real, not rushed growth. Growth takes time. What grows overnight? I mean, Jack and the Beanstalk. You know, unless you have the magic beans, it grows a bit slowly. And somebody's anxious about that. But this is a card of great stability. They're both 9s. 9 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles. Well, you're up in your head, but you don't need to be. Because you're actually right here. You know, gathering the fruits of your labor. And again, we have the birds sitting right on... I'm just saying if it is like a chakra. Well, the Pentacles would be kind of root chakra energy. She appears to be reaching for, oh, frigate, not, you know, that's a system that we don't need to go into. But it is, root chakra is like what we need to survive, what attaches us to the earth, what grounds us. Well, this person is grounded, is abundant in and of themselves, has grown enough to sustain themselves. You know, it's right there. You can reach for it and pluck it. So why up in your head? Well, you don't need to be. And there's an owl landing on one of these fruits. And I get the feeling too of like picking the fruit, like, you know, the thing that maybe expels us from the garden, but is the fruit of knowledge. You know, the discerning fruit, what's good and evil, what's right and wrong. And you enter then into the world, you know, the corporeal world, where there are those distinctions. Milton called it the fortunate fall. So it's not like that's really a tragedy, because it allows us to live out our lives. You know, outside, both inside and outside this, oh my God. Oh my word. Okay. I'm sorry, but like, it tickles me, it really does. Here's Judgment again, this repeat message of, and it's on a death and rebirth. It's a card of rebirth. Death and rebirth. On the basis of this major transformation, Scorpio energy, death rebirth card, here it is again. You know, being called back to life on the basis of this transformation. And I think we're going to get what this transformation is about. Well, it's about the sun. This is Leo energy. This is the warmth, the brightness, the revelation, what's coming to light, what's revived. You know, vived and revived, born and born again. Sun comes back every day. Every day. And this is a card of rejoicing. Yay, it's warm, it's here. And it's another card of that light. And the central beam of the sun is shining right on this person who's doing the, you know, wide open, spontaneous dance that everybody can see. There's nothing concealed in this energy. The sun, another card of light, and the next card, Queen of Cups. This is the loving queen. This is, I mean, she's half submerged in the water and half out of the water. That's sort of death and rebirth to me. And it looks like a baptism in the realm of connection and feelings. Which again re-harkens the, what do they call it? The born again idea. You're baptized. You know, you're saved. You're born again. Judgment. You're born again. You know, kind of the same gesture. Hallelujah. The arms up and open to the light. And here she is, arms up. And these beams of light shooting into each hand. Queen of Cups. So again, two major arcana. I mean, there's such big energies in this read. I don't know what you're doing, Aries, but it's absolutely brilliant. Brilliant! This is in your energy. So it's really, I always think of it as a Leo card, but it's also Aries and Sagittarius. It's all the fire signs. And it like lights up your heart. I'm just looking at her hands. It looks like one hand is the live long and prosper. Like in your next life, in the next round, you're going to live long and you're going to prosper. All right, I'm going to try really quickly, Eight of Wands. Give us a quick message, please, about this fire energy coming in. Cooperative energy, 3D. You know, this is a message about, we can do this. You know, Page of Pentacles was on the board, right in front of me. It's right in front of you. Page of Pentacles would be. It's right there. It's a kind of, you know, whatever it is, it's a solid message. And it's about cooperation. It's about let's grow this together, which is a lovely communication. It's not cutting anybody out. It's saying, Queen of Swords is saying, yes, this is real, this is true, this is my true north. Oh my God. Oh my God. Empress. That birth card. You know, do I need to say it again? It's right next to Empress. It's clarifying Queen of Swords, who's clear about something. You know, we're going to create this thing together. I know it now. I'm discerning it. This is viable. This has to do with life. And it's sort of, it's ready to be born. Aries. Damn, Sam. One on the Empress, please. Because you're 2 times over Gaia, Earth Mother, bringing it into being. Magician, bringing it into being. Mama. I'm about to cry. I mean, I really am. Okay, well, bottom of the deck, Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment, star energy in the realm of the heart. Look at how exultant she is. She's like, all the cups are in the air. Oh shit, I'm not going to take that because they just flew. And we've got so many cards on the deck already. But look, they just flew. She's like, they're all up in the air. You know, she doesn't need to hang on to them, to conserve them. She's Queen of Cups. And she's getting her wish fulfillment, her star. I mean, it just blows my mind. Next card, High Priestess. You know, I think it's technically a card of Cancer. I just see it as any highly intuitive, I can see it, I can feel it, I know it energy. Next card out, Star. Another repeat. I can see it. I can see the star. I'm guided to this holy place. To this holy place. So on Empress we have High Priestess is, I think, the 2 card. Number 2 of the, I don't know why it's not numbered here, but anyways, I think it's the 2 card. Magician is the 1 card. Magician can manifest. She can see what's manifest that nobody else can see yet. To her, it's clear, but she's seeing something that's not yet there. But it's coming. Empress, it's coming into being. It's ready to be born, and she knows it. She can feel it coming. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Hold on. Well, hold on. Hold on to your hat. Buckle up, Buttercup. Aries. Star on Hangman. This contemplative enlightenment energy. You know, you're being guided to where you're supposed to be. Where you're supposed to be. It's been in a kind of suspension while you got the enlightenment, while you understood where you're supposed to be. And then you can move forward. Queen of Swords, you know, steering her boat. And not, Queen of Swords wouldn't dilly, she's not dilly-dallying, she's not saying, do I go here, do I go there? You know, she's heading. And the wind is filling her sails, and she's headed somewhere. Birth and rebirth. Welcome to your life, Aries, because this is the energies are so big for you. You're moving into such a power position. I wrote down Emperor, leader, accepting the role, direct and redirect. Don't know how that really applies, except Queen of Swords would be direct. She'd be steering, course correcting. But she's on beam. She's on point. Steady as she goes, you know. Oh, shit! That's the punctuation mark. That's my coffee going all over this land. So I'll have to... Oh my God. Steady as she goes, right? I just cracked myself up. I cracked myself up. Anyways, Aries. Yeah, buckle up, Buttercup. Buckle up, because you're on the move toward rebirth. Oops, there, my head's getting cut off. So I'm going to cut it off. I love you guys. A great month, you guys. Aries, you know, forward.